Hi everyone, hope you're all doing okay. Well, Nightbot was immediately on it there. I have adjusted the Nightbot for base player, so it should be slightly less often now, but yeah. Yeah, hope you're all doing alright, guys. So we're going to start off today with some PSOBB, as you can probably see. We're going to switch over to produce some Monster Hunter World at the second half of the stream today. He has a part-time job now. To be fair, and he can vouch for me on this, I did ask him if he was okay with me using the Nightbot. So as usual, for PSO, we play on Ephinea. And we normally play on the European ship, which is Limerace Block 2, and it's normally Lobby 13 we hang out in. So if anyone's watching, feel free to join us there. So the eagle-eyed among you might have noticed the glorious YouTube neon light. Don't say YouTube never give you nothing. Yeah, this is, as I think was it Kilniath that said, I think this is like the, you know, the silver plaque that you get. This is like silver plaque at home. Magnificent it is. Yeah, the only problem with it is the power lead it comes with is stupidly short, so you can't actually put it anywhere high. So you can probably see, you might be able to see just next to where it is, there's like a display cabinet. I was thinking, no, I'll put it on there and then just sort of move my camera out slightly so you can see it. But it won't actually stretch from where it is there to the display cabinet. YouTube light in the way, exactly. Although apparently they are also coming down on ad blockers even more. And their defense to it was, well, if you watch ads, you'll support the creators. Which is not technically true, because if you're under 1,000 subs, you don't get anything from ads anywhere. Speaking of 1,000 subs, see that segue there? So we are very, very close. I think the counter at the top says 990, but Stream Elements is being terrible and is not updating again. So it's actually, I think we're at 991. So we are very, very close. Yeah, we're actually closer than that main score. We're actually 991 last time I checked. For some reason, it hasn't updated yet. You have to believe me. 9. Yeah, exactly. Watch YouTube ads the day they stop allowing scams to advertise. The problem I've got with the YouTube ads is if you try watching YouTube without an ad blocker or anything, or without YouTube Premium, the ads are so frequent, it's almost impossible to actually view anything properly, because you just get bombarded with ads. Yeah, I have nothing against anyone that uses ad blockers personally. I fully get why people do it. YouTube has budgets to keep. They do. They do. I think they could probably spare a bit more for the creators though, personally, but maybe it's because they're spending all the money on this. Yeah, I don't like the idea of ads during live streams either as well. I know it's the same on Twitch though. The difference is though with Twitch, if you subscribe to a channel on Twitch, you get no ads on that channel. But if you become a member on YouTube, you still get ads. I just think all they need to do is just make it so you don't get ads if you're a member. If you want to support the creators, that's my view personally. So yeah, I think what we'll do is, we've got quite a few people here. It's good to see you, Zale, as well. The only reason you mentioned Twitch before, no ads for members, is good. It is, yeah, I will probably try a Twitch stream at some point just to see what the interest's like, but I'm just aware that a lot of people watch my stuff on YouTube, and it's easy to sort of migrate over to here to watch the streams. And yeah, the 50-50 is also a big issue. That's one thing I can't fault YouTube for, like 70-30 is pretty decent. So we actually have quite a few people, which is good. Now, the RBR for this week is a really, really weird one. So we have the episode 1 and episode 2 quests are what are called Anomalous Ordeal, which are random spawn quests. So if you want to hunt anything, you might be able to hunt it, you might not. Episode 4, I think it's War of Limits 3, which I'm not too bothered about. So yeah, just while we're filing in as well, little update for the channel. So video just went live earlier today, which is the next Ragdoll Memories video with Deployable Lover, where we just run through caves, talk about PSO a bit more, we talk about some other games we're interested in as well. So that's just gone live a couple of hours ago. Then next week, late on the Monday, there'll be the next PSP2 episode for members, and then that'll go live to non-members on the Wednesday. Just a reminder as well, because we are getting so close to 1,000, the plan is to do a Phantasy Star Zero video after I get to 1,000 subs. Might not be immediately, but there will be one. If I can get into the game and I enjoy it, then I'll do a full playthrough. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this PSO session, just because with the nature of the spawns being randomized. I personally don't really like random spawns if you're hunting something because it's unreliable. But it is cool that there is the facility to have randomized spawns in, in quests. Twitch definitely isn't doing 50% of the work. Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, the other thing about Twitch as well is they've been rolling out some stupid rules lately as well. They've been like banning some people for like saying that they're not wearing enough on stream when there's like next to nothing showing. But then you have hot tub streamers in an actual category for it, and it's like, yeah, I just don't get the whole Twitch ecosystem really. Just found your channel last night and just subscribed. Played PSO constantly on Dreamcast and GameCube. Now on Ephinea, having so much fun reliving the memories. Really appreciate your guide playlist. Oh, cheers, dude. I'm glad you come back to PSO as well. We got another one. Yeah, if you want Ephinea, dude, any week that we're online on PSO, we always play it on Luminous Block 2, Lobby 13, so feel free to jump on. Yeah, welcome in, Mars. Good to see you. And thanks for the sub as well. So what are we actually doing? Well, I'm enjoying this game that Minsk's made. Twitch gaming the age ratings. Definitely, I mean, you've seen some of the stuff that's apparently legal on Twitch, but yeah, it's so weird, man. I do kind of feel that there isn't really a great place for streaming at the minute. YouTube has its problems, Twitch has its problems, Kick. Let's not talk about that. Alright, so I've got one more in this game, and then I think the plan was that they're going to make another game as well. So yeah, it should be fun this, because I don't think I've done these quests, to be honest, with the random spawns before. I know they're not official quests, but are we really 3 rangers? Yes, we are. 3 rangers and a hunter. What quests? So, what are the RBR quests? Because I can't remember which ones they are. So for episode 1, it is Anomalous Ordeal 1, which I think is Forest and Ruins. It's a really weird quest. It's number 1, I think, because I think Anomalous Ordeal 3 is episode 2. What a combo. They're really weird, these quests, so there's like 2 areas in them, and the spawns are randomized. So, it should be interesting. It's something a bit different as well, and, more importantly, it's not TEF. Yeah, that's really weird. I didn't even notice that until you said. Yeah, so we're fighting ultimate enemies, but it's normal, hard and very hard forest. Where's my sunset forest? I want it back. It is definitely ultimate because the experience is definitely ultimate experience. You like this? I prefer ultimate forest, really. Although I suppose with how much you run ultimate once you get here, I suppose it is nice to come back here now and again. It's just really jarring seeing these enemies in this forest. Yeah, I suppose it's a nice change. Okay, so we also have hill delts in Forest 1. That's also new. This is such a weird quest. So yeah, for anyone who's been watching the lore videos as well, they're not going away, but we'll be going back to those next week. So just for this weekend, it was just it's a slight difference for this weekend, but we'll be going back to the lore series next weekend. This is wild. From what I've read on the wiki about this quest, I think it uses the same kind of way that challenge mode works. So with challenge mode, some of the enemies are actually kind of randomized spawns. That's a good point. Yeah, I never even realized that. Yeah, it's raining as well. It normally doesn't rain in Forest 1. That's normally a Forest 2 thing. Huh, that's really interesting, actually. Please tell me I'm not the only one who reads Barble as Barbie. Yeah, this is just weird. Why is it raining with clear sky? Just blame faults. If in doubt, just blame faults. Game plan Leroy the quest. Yeah, it's just strange because you don't know what to expect. So I kind of feel that they're really odd quests because you can't reliably hunt anything in them. I know that there are a couple of spawns in the quest that are fixed. Although I think in Forest 1, I think in this quest, the only spawn that's fixed is a single moth nest. Which, to be honest, I would rather is randomized to get rid of it. Also, I know we talked the last couple of streams about making a team, so I've come to the decision I am going to make one. So what I will probably do is, it will probably be after the stream's ended, so after we've done the Monster Hunter section, I will probably jump back on PSO and make the team then. I did ask what the name of the team was going to be on Discord, so if you want to join in the discussions on Discord, feel free to join us over there. Essentially, the only real suggestion was Farlafam, unsurprisingly. I did have some reservations about calling the PSOBB team Farlafam. Reason being is, I didn't want to sort of spread the impression that you had to be a member of the YouTube channel to be on the team. Bear in mind that Farlafam is a tier of the membership. But I think Farlafam's just become like a stream thing now anyway. As well as it being one of the membership tiers, it is also just something that we're kind of known for now, so maybe we do just go with Farlafam for the team name. It's a cult. Yeah, we're careful about using the cult word. So yeah, we'll probably just go with the File Fam name. Culture. Yeah, exactly. I do wonder how long this quest is if it uses forest and ruins. Shame you can get the t-shirts done, but that's what happens in the UK. Small businesses struggle. Yeah, for sure. You know, don't want to really get political on the stream, but yeah, I can kind of see why they're struggling. You know, I totally forgot that Mint's got the Nug 2000. It's such a cool looking weapon. Don't get political, you'll wake deployable. I know I've seen in his last couple of streams that he some political stuff's come up. I will try and avoid that. It's just really hard to avoid in the UK at the minute though, because obviously with an election coming up. But, yeah, we're here to play PSO and not talk about politics. That's a really weird place for the warp as well. So they've changed around quite a few things in this. PSO politics cycle 1.sgs. Honestly, like, as much as I want an SGS, I kind of feel like I get more use out the cycle ones. Not that I'm going to get either of them. Well, happens ever, who knows? I mean, Minsk found Nuke 2000, so anything is possible. Yeah, just hunt a Nug instead. So that will then mean that the Nug won't drop, but something else will. Because that's how PSO works. You kind of want to take a hard edge to political polls purely to keep the fire out, but you only really react to Sky's discretion. Yeah, I mean, on that, I would just say I'm fine with people. I'm fine with people sort of bringing it up if it's mentioned on stream. If it starts getting out of hand though, and people are starting to get, you know, starting to go for each other or anything, because you know how it is with political polls, it always goes out of control. If it starts getting, you know, too bad, just time out people. That's such a weird shift going from Forest 1 to Ruins 2. Yeah, no worries, Minsky, not missing anything. Yeah, I would personally prefer to just sit here, play PSO and act ignorant. Hiya, Chentan. On the other hand, everyone who's contributed to the stream chat has always been excellent. Proud of you guys. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, for the most part, I mean, I can't really think of any problems we've had so far, to be honest, which is probably a rarity in stream chats. We are here to be ignorant, exactly. Surprised I didn't exclude you. Yeah, I really cannot complain with the people that have been in the chat since I started streaming. I've had no issues, really. I think we had one guy once who came in and was like, why are you playing this game? It's like, because I want to. You're used to the abuse. What are we trying to get? No idea. So basically, Shentan, and the way this quest works, I don't know if you've done it before. It's randomized spawns. So you start off in Forest 1, then you go to Ruins 2, and a lot of the spawns are randomized. So it's kind of hard to hunt anything in them because you don't know what's going to spawn. So what you want to do really is just look for an area that has good drops across the board. Who else but Kilnia? Oh, nice. Zell got a Monkey King bar. Congrats on that, dude. So we did some off-stream hunting. Well, wasn't really hunting. It was just experience grinding and very hard yesterday. And the amount of rares that were dropping in Ep4 very hard was ridiculous. It's just run something and hope for the best, pretty much, yeah. You kind of can't bank on what's going to spawn. There is, I mentioned it, but there is a couple of fixed spawns, but most of them are randomized. It's kind of hard really because trying to find an ID that's got a really good forest and a really good ruins is quite difficult actually. So I mean, if you want the Skyly Ruins is pretty decent overall, but Skyly Forest is awful. Hi, Passion Flame. Unfortunately, so far, it appears to just be a lot of claws more than anything else. And that claw took personal offense to what I just said. Yeah, you can get Heavenly Arms in Forest on Skyly. I think it's from the Gulgus Skews, isn't it? Speaking of Heavenly Arms, though, that very hard game that I mentioned that we did yesterday, I got Heavenly Arms from that. So Bluefull in very hard Ep4 is ridiculous. Yeah, Heavenly Arms is one of those units where it's super useful early on. I think later on, once you get sort of near accuracy cap, you can then probably ditch it for something else, but it's such a good unit, particularly early on. Even over a God Arm, it's a massive increase. Which is odd really, because usually the Heavenly units are like a little bit better than the God ones. But for some reason for Heavenly Arms, it's like 1080 or more. They'll say, but when you like to chase after someone for kicks. I like that. I've come through the warp and there's just one random claw. I'm assuming there's a few good drops here. I mean, Ruins is normally a pretty good area overall for drops. Wouldn't surprise me if things like Spread Needle drop here as well, so... And it is dropping, or drop all rate week, so we have a slightly better chance of getting some rares. Remember we had one guy on the Discord left us a rude message about how he... Oh yeah, I remember that guy, yeah. Yeah, he just came in and was like, I've tried so hard to be a member of your community and try to make friends. Yeah, and then he just like left a load of insults and then left the Discord. Never seen the guy before. Yeah, I suppose it's part of doing this. You know, you're always going to get some people like that. Yeah, after checking, he made literally no posts. Yeah, because my first thought was, you know, have I said something on stream that he's taken the wrong way and I've upset him? You know, in which case I would apologise for it. But when we looked, no, he'd never been on a stream, from what we could see. He had never posted in the Discord. I think he was just there just trying to stir something, to be honest. If nothing else, the music in the ruin slaps. Dark Faults, no, couldn't stand him the first time. Yeah, Faults is fun. Particularly the second phase of Faults. So rough in Ultimate. It kind of depends on how your team is though. I mean, if you do like a fort on Blast Chain beforehand and you play the level 80 odd Shift to D band, then you just waste him in seconds, but yeah, particularly for the second phase, if it sticks around any length of time, you just get wrecked by the Rabata spam. Guess this week could be good for getting Hell in Charge weapons. Potentially, yeah. I mean, you know, drop anything rate week increase, so I suppose if you've got enemies that drop weapons, then they are more likely to drop them. Because how it works, you know, it's generally just a good week for hunting most rares in general, unless they're from an enemy that always drops something, in which case it'll be no different. It's so nice having someone that can freeze the gunners, because I can't stand dark gunners. You seen Faults? What is that? Yeah, I won't say too much about Faults because I appreciate that some people watching the lore playthrough may potentially not know anything about Faults, but yeah, I imagine most people who are watching this are probably very familiar with PSO's story, to be honest. I hit the desync on these claws sometimes. So they'll get hit and then they'll kind of go into their invulnerable state. So the gunners each try paralysis, but then they still don't take damage. That's why freeze is a must. Yeah, freeze just completely ignores their shield, so you can just waste them while they're frozen. Generally, when I solo with my Honeywell, I just spam Rabata on them until they freeze. I mean, it is a really interesting mechanic having these random spawns, but I'll be honest, I mean, particularly in this Ruins part, I haven't really noticed much of a difference to like a regular run. It just feels like a Ruins run. Facing Dark Faults in the first two Phantasy Star games was rough, especially the first game. Alice and the others had a level cap that still made facing them feel like a chore. Team 2 wins the race. They've got at least one Hue cast, so that's why. I cannot keep up with the Hue cast for damage as much as I would like to. Yeah, we were busy talking about politics and other random crap. I think I do like this quest overall, but yeah, I don't think it's one I would run outside of RBR Wig just because it's too unreliable to actually run for anything. If you just want some experience in Ruins and Forest though, then yeah, it's fine. I cannot convey how much I hate these guys. Anti-TTF. For those of you keeping count, the rare count so far for me is standing at 0. As is the usual way with these streams. The absolutely most useless weapon in PSO are the Brave Knuckles. They're up there or down there, depending on which way you want to put it. You see, I think Minsk, you know, if because we all got SD, I think that it should just stack to balance it. I can't see any, you know, balance problems to that at all. Yeah, Brave Knuckles are definitely up there for most useless. I would also like to submit Victor Axe. Victor Axe being a sword that hits one target. Why? Laconia Max is the same, but at least Laconia Max has attack power. You're feeding 3 mags at a minute. Oh, no worries. Oh, spread needle. Oh, and Min's got a Monkey King bar as well. All the reds are starting to drop. What was the percent like on the spread needle anywhere? Well, it'll have 40 native, 40 dark. That's not bad, actually. It'd be nice if I had some hit, but I'll take that. Do you know, I always forget that Monkey King bar is usable by rangers. You're not a fan of the Twin Chakram? Yeah, Twin Chakram's a weird weapon, you know. It's like not particularly strong or anything. And it only drops on Orion as well. I just started playing this game for the first time a week ago, and as a Hue cast, and all I can say is missing hits is my passion. You've certainly picked the right class if you want to miss. However, when you do hit, you'll make up for it. Seriously though, Hue cast is amazing. It's one of the strongest classes in the game, if not the strongest. But yeah, particularly early on, the accuracy is a bit rough. It's the same with this class as well, to be fair. Hunuel misses more. So Hunuel, particularly at later game, Hunuel actually has a higher ATA than HueCast. But early on, I can't remember where they start at low level. They're both terrible at low level. The thing is with Hunuel at low level is, at Hunuel at low level, you will miss a lot and do not much damage. But at least with HueCast, you'll do a bit of damage. Once you get your level 20 shifter, it's not too bad, but yeah, it's a bit rough before then. Hi, Costa. And high break a spell as well. So break a spell. So is this your very first time playing PSO then? I mean, you can see even now I'm still missing. You break out your nug so you can miss. It's the same for me with my rim. If I ever want to remind myself that I can miss, I just pull out my bazooka. Finding out that your stats mattered when it came to hitting enemies as well as your level is interesting. Yeah, I tend to find it kind of depends on your stat growth as well. So what you'll notice is it's particularly noticeable for accuracy is at some levels when you level up you won't get any accuracy. It's not guaranteed every level. Whereas attack power, for example, you'll always get some attack power every level. Until you cap, obviously, and then it's just wasted. But accuracy you don't always get. Which really sucks when you get a level that doesn't have any. Nice, all done. Can't really complain about the drops in that, to be honest. I mean, right at the end, I think we had 2 Monkey King bar drops, a spread needle. You know, not too bad, really. You have a team fist. Oh, you got a photon drop, or hopefully the next run you'll get something else. I just realised over here there's... What are all these green marks on the map? Looks like fences, maybe? I don't know. No idea. Used to really wind you up. You'd max out your mag leveling units, but you'd be an 88 point shot only to level up and not get one. Oh, that's the spawns of the room. Oh, okay. The green marks are probably shenanigans. Right, let's try and take the spread needle and see if the attacker plays ball. Please take it properly. I hate the new techer on Ephinea. Oh, please, just give me the 10% tech. I mean, this does feel like more like the GameCube experience, to be fair. Spending like half an hour in front of the techer trying to get the plus 10%. There we go, finally got it. That was actually quite quick. Yeah, I've had horrendous luck with this techer now since they changed it. Yeah, not bad percent on that, honestly. 40 native, 40 dark. You need to put down a mortgage for him to take it properly. It says thanks in the next room over. That's the sign of a custom quest. You missed the times 2 week, but you should work more on your Hunuel again. Yeah, so I mean, that'll come around again in a few weeks' time. Honestly, though, I mean, it's not too bad leveling in this, particularly if you do like episode 4, or dare I say it, TDF. But all I'll say to anyone who's getting into the game is there is more to the game than TDF. It is the fastest way to level, but there is more to the game than that quest. Yeah, I don't mind that quest. It feels a little bit like Endless Nightmare 4 at the end. I will say I don't think you can really feel the randomized spawns too much. Max attack, yeah, so max attack is another way of leveling. Works totally fine. Oh wait, 992. I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if I hit 1,000 while I'm streaming. But we'll see. She's at 130, so the caves in Ultimate is cool. You're just doing Endless Nightmare 2. Yeah, the Endless Nightmare quests are pretty fun. So I think the episode 2 quest is kind of the same. It's on the same line of thinking. So I believe the episode 2 quest is Temple and I want to say Mountain. I could be wrong. Oh, you got a 25 hit untech Red Scorpio. Oh, nice one, Drac. Oh, achieve for the gift of membership, Vector. Enjoy the sub, Doom Lord. No, cheers for that, dude. Are the max attack quests good for solo? If you can handle them, yeah. There are a ton of enemies. Just if you're doing it solo, just make sure you put it in one person mode just to make the enemies a little bit weaker. But just see how you find it. It might be a bit rough, but if you can't do it, just try something else until you can. Green pink for episode 2. Hope lots of monkeys spawn. Oh, for Lame D'Argent, or Lame Detergent as we're calling it now. Oh, thanks for the sub break spell. We're getting there. Yeah, it is kind of still insane to me that I'm getting near 1,000 subs on a channel built around primarily a 20-year-old game. It's insane, really. I didn't think there were still 1,000 people actually want to see PSO, to be honest, but here we are. Major Fair symbol art, very good. I've only done it on this character so far. I need to make some more, really. It just takes so long. Should be working on getting Hunter Wall in the meantime. Is it worth it for Honeywell? Honestly, I don't find Hunter Wall that useful. The Ranger Wall is incredible for Rangers, but typically Hunter Wall and Force Wall are not as useful. It's still quite a low level requirement to equip it though, I think, so it might do you until you get something else. Now there are 1,000 players from across the globe. I guess so. I mean, it's still kind of insane, again, for a 20-year-old game. Yep, so I got another room up, which probably filled. Yep, that's filled instantly. So this will be kind of cool because, again, it's random spawns. I would love it to just spawn loads of mini bosses. That would be really cool. I shouldn't say that though, because it might just spawn tons of Merry Carols. Yeah, so I've gone from 103 rangers to now 3 hunters and a force. Nothing like balanced parties. To be honest, I don't think it matters too much. Or tons of Ilgils, yeah, that would be not fun. I'm hoping they don't spawn with it just being CCA. I'm hoping it's just limited to CCA enemies and not tower. Check out the Discord for Ephinea and see if someone's selling something. The market's pretty good. Yeah, generally the Ephinea market's really good for getting stuff. Just let you know, anyone who's watching again, if you are interested, we do have our own Discord as well. We don't just play PSO as well, so we do play other Phantasy Star games. So I am also official creator for NGS. I appreciate there hasn't been much NGS content on the channel recently, but plan is I may try and sneak an extra video in this week, possibly for NGS. Just because I appreciate I've kind of slacked off on the NGS stuff lately. But we do also play other games like Monster Hunter as well. But primarily PSO. Nope, photon drop. Sega slacks off on the NGS content, to be fair. I mean, you said it, not me. I will say though, to give Sega some credit, because they don't get much, the last update for NGS was actually surprisingly good, with the Nameless City. It's actually a pretty cool area, and the story is actually finally going somewhere. It's about time. I mean, we are what is it, 3 years into NGS now? And it's took that long for the story to start going anywhere, but it is finally starting to go in some kind of direction. And I think quests like the Nameless City are a good start. So I'll probably do some kind of video just about Nameless City and my impressions, to be honest. Then we have you shouting about Ep 3. Yeah, to be honest, we've probably played more Ep 3 than NGS. Nostalgia factor is strong. You bought a Dreamcast when PSO launched just to play it. Same for when it ported to GameCube. Fun place in your heart for the game. Exactly the same here. So I started out with the GameCube version, but I bought a GameCube specifically for PSO after trying it at a friend's house. I think it might be the only time I bought a console specifically for a game. Actually, no, tell a lie. I bought a PS4 for, I believe it was for one of the Gran Turismo games, and then it got massively delayed, and I got sick of waiting for it, so I sold the PS4. Is it just me, or were the drop tables on PSO different back on the GameCube? Never found much of anything back on your Skyly Honeywell. So, for Ephinea, the drop tables are actually very, very similar to GameCube. There are a couple of changes. So obviously we've got all of episode 4, so that's all entirely new. However, that's just a gearboard, nothing special. A lot of episode 1 and 2 is pretty much identical. There is a couple of changes here and there. So as an example, on GameCube, for Red Rear, these guys in Forest, the Hill Delts, they would drop God Battle, where on Blue Burst they've upgraded it to a Heavenly Battle. There is some drops that are just different as well. So I know, for example, that Skyly Love Rappy doesn't drop Heart of Poom on Ephinea. It drops something else instead. I can't remember what the drop is now. And then moves Heart of Poom to a different enemy. So they have rebalanced a couple of things here and there, but for the most part the drops are very, very similar. And the rates are pretty much the same as well. It's one reason I like Ephinea, just because it feels more similar to the official servers. Oh, you played a lot online, Mars? Yeah, likewise. Once I got my broadband adapter for GameCube, I was on it pretty much every night. Still got my GameCube, still got my PSO characters as well. I do kind of wish that I got into PSO for Dreamcast. It's just, At the time, I didn't have a Dreamcast when it released, and I wasn't familiar with Phantasy Star at all, so there was kind of no reason for me to buy it, I guess. Yeah, I do kind of wish I could have seen what it was like on Dreamcast back in the day. I've heard kind of horror stories about like dropping your weapon and things like that, but it would have been cool to see what the community was like. Oh, you played on Deneb on GameCube, Minsk. Yeah, I played on primarily. I mainly played on Mintaka, one of the Japanese ships. Occasionally went to Antares because I think that was like the designated PSO world ship back in the day. And I avoided Vega like the plague because Vega was just full of FSODers and spammers. Guess you had better look on Ephinea. Good to know the drop tables are very similar. Yeah, I mean, because of the nature of how the drops are, you will get periods where you just won't find anything for a while. You know, the drought can be pretty bad sometimes, but then you'll get, you know, you might get a few days where you get loads of stuff. Just the nature of the probability of the drops, I guess. RNG. You always end up on Optimus Prime server. It's like the one you don't want to be on. And don't play with Skylight, otherwise no drops. It does seem that way, that if you play with me, you get nothing. Although I haven't said that. You know, we did get Monkey King bars, spread needles in the last run, and I was there. Well, I've got some random daggers in my inventory. No idea. Just daggers. Oh, dagger as PSP2 puts it. Since you were on the IGN boards at the time, where they played, which was Cordelia and Deneb. Oh, okay. Duping got really bad at the end of Dreamcast, kind of ruined things for a while. Yeah, and then they didn't fix duping on GameCube, so duping was a big problem on there as well. It was only really fixed in Blueburst just because it's entirely server-side. What's this for? No idea. Finding Frozen Shooter and Heavenly Battle had you ecstatic. Two of the most used items in the game, to be fair. Duping on GameCube with the added bonus of memory card corruption. Yeah, pretty much. Don't get me wrong, I love GameCube PSO, and it is still probably my favourite version, but a lot of that is nostalgia and because of a lot of the friends I met on GameCube. Because a lot of the people I played with on Blueburst were the same people I played with on GameCube as well. But I won't deny there was a lot of problems with GameCube. Yeah, I am very, very glad that things like memory card corruption and things is stuff that can't happen on Blueburst. I'm very glad that people on here don't have to experience that. There was nothing worse than putting hundreds of hours into a character and then it just seeing it go up in smoke. Online for it via a subscription service was a big no. Yeah, I mean, that's always been the case with PSO. You know, regardless of whether you're playing... You know, regardless of whether you're playing you know, Dreamcast or GameCube or Blueburst, there was always that subscription to pay, I guess. Unless you were Japanese and played version 1. You were almost nulled. Yeah, I'm quite glad that that didn't happen. I'm very, very glad I didn't have to experience that on GameCube. My understanding of nulling is that they just turned your character into null at like super low level. Bluebird still had plenty of issues with hacking, to be honest. Sega BB servers were hacked all the time. Lee's work on Stack has made BB much better over time. Oh, no doubt. I mean, I'm not saying Sega Bluebird was flawless by any means, but I think it did, with the servers being, you know, the data being server side, it did help to patch out some of the issues that the GameCube was plagued with. Did the GMs really do anything? Honestly, not sure. I don't remember if I ever saw a GM on Blueburst, to be honest. I've never been up here. It is in some quests. There is a few quests where you come up here. And now, we've got a mountain. Again, super weird quest. I'd say for on Maple Story, getting hacked was a huge thing and the GMs did nothing more than send automated messages. Oof. Yeah, never played Maple Story. You know what I said about mirror carols? You would hope it spawns more Gibbles than mirror carols, considering that we're in... You know, considering that we are in Mountain. This is the quest you played years ago. Yeah, it's very rare I come to Mountain, honestly. I think it's just that there's not much I tend to hunt from the Gibbons or from Gibbles. You know, to be fair, the majority of my time on PSO was spent in Tower or Seaside. I really need to sort the sinker out in this mag. It's got too low again. The minute there, keep the peace and play hide and seek with players. Yeah, fun fact about the GMs, actually. There is actually items in the game data specifically for the GMs. So there is a thing called Sonic Team Armor, which has like 500 defense, 500 evade. It's ridiculously overpowered, but it was only usable by GMs. Oh, Americus. Got to see these outside a tower. The irony of Americus dropping Escape Doll. It is not lost on me. Loads up PS0. Yeah, I know you guys on the Discord have been playing a bit of PS0 lately. Talking a bit about it. I'm trying not to get involved in it too much because I do want my experience of it to be my genuine first experience. For context, the only time I've ever seen PS0 is my brother had the game. And I saw him play it once or twice, but never actually played it myself. I know nothing about the actual characters or the story or anything. He has 9,000 against him as a trait. Yeah, the extended range is very, very nice when you're dealing with Miracarols. I'm going to drop that because it's only a Gearbog, it has terrible percents. And I'm collecting team points, but they're only worth 1 point anyway, so not worth keeping. Why is it that we're in mountain, but the random spawns are just spawning Miracarols? Seeing them literally run at you, questioning your morals. I got really scared by that Mega there because I thought something with Mega did spawn behind me. Oh, we got a banner. Oh. Banner for us? Yo, let's go. Pinkle card. Nice one. We finally did it, boys. We've got a banner on stream. That is an actually incredibly rare drop. I like that. He gets the drop and then immediately gets killed by a Miracarol. Just to put him back in his place. No, congrats on that, dude. I know the section ID cards are more just like collector's items, but, you know, getting anything that rare is insane. Out of curiosity, base player, the resident drop chat keeper, what is the drop rate for the Pinkle card? I'm going to assume it's stupidly hard to get, because they normally are. Let's make a flower that can run at you as a safety measure. It's 1 in 33,608. It's absolutely insane. Seriously, congrats on that. So good to see someone on stream actually get something really rare as well. I know obviously Mint's got the Parasitic Gene Floor, but that was literally just after I'd stopped streaming. So it's so good to see someone actually get one on stream. What to do with the ID cards? Look at them. Honestly, that they're not great weapons. They're not particularly strong. I don't think they have a special attack. Cards in general are not that great, apart from a couple of exceptions. They are basically just very, very rare collector's items. Although, you might use them. There may be a trade for them in Claire's deal, possibly. Because there are a lot of items used in Claire's deal for trades. I don't know if the ID cards are. How'd you looking at them? I got really confused when that banner started though, because it said that someone got a Madame's umbrella. It said that someone got a Madame's umbrella, and I was thinking, well, Madame's umbrella's not normally a banner item. Why is it showing that? I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Oh, you got the umbrella killing you off. To be honest, umbrella's a really good weapon as well. Oh, and a Phantasy. Oh, the rare train is rolling now. Yeah, this is like making up for all the rares that we've never had on other streams. And the Disco Bravement. Does the DLB have any hit? I'm guessing probably not. $85 hit, yeah, if only. 0 hit, yeah, I thought so. I'm not sure what drops the Pinkle card, to be honest. I'm not familiar with Pinkle as a section ID at all. You know, if I was, then I might have been called Section Pinkle. Oh, it's from a Marilia, okay. Yeah, it's still a stupidly hard drop, that though. 1 in 33k. For context, that is the same as the rarest thing I've ever found in PSO. Things you wish you knew years ago, hit on weapons being the standard. I wouldn't say it's the standard as such, but once you get into this stage of the game where you're quite far into Ultimate, you will start looking for weapons that have hit. I mean, there's certain weapons that you're going to use regardless. I mean, you know, if I did ever find a CLJ sword, I'd use it regardless if it had hit or not because of how rare it is. But, you know, for other weapons though, typically you are going to go for hit quite often. It's playable. I don't know if you saw it deployable, but Banana Head just managed to get a ridiculously uber rare drop. We've got a Pinkle card drop, which is basically 1 in 33,000 drop. Yeah, it's as rare as the rarest thing I've ever found. Oh, thanks for that, Mary Carol. I didn't want that shift to debound. Yeah, I thought it was you, Vector, yeah. That's some insane luck, though, getting that. Your Nook has no hit tosses. You just woke up from an old man nap. Yeah, it's what happens. You know, you hit 30 and then all of a sudden you just start needing your daytime naps. For what it's worth, doing them exactly the same. 20 native Pinkle card. It would have been so funny if the Pinkle Guard had hit. I don't hurt when I sleep. It's like the only time of the day you don't hurt. Oh, and a soul banish right at the end. Cool. This run's been absolutely cracked for drops. Meanwhile, in my world, Stormwind Indra. Soul Banish is 1 in 700, yeah. I think, I would assume, is that from a Sinnoh Spiggle? Madame's Umbrella's 1 in 1050. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty hard drop, really, like 1 in 700 from a Spiggle. Because Spiggles are not particularly common enemies, really. I can't believe how much dropped in that run. For everyone else, I hasten to add, this is my haul. I got a Gearbulk and a Stormwind Indra that I left on the ground, and a photon drop. Yeah, Phantasy has actually got a pretty decent drop rate as well, 1 in 900. Yeah, the DAR week's doing work this week. Almost as cracked as very hard blue flip 4. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did get the Heavenly Arms yesterday, so I can't complain, really. Yeah, we finally did it, though. We finally got a banner for someone on the stream. I couldn't be happier. Oh, I've done it again. Every time we do an Ep2 quest, I don't go to the lab to hand it in. Blue Burst is one of the many games that never ceases to amaze you. But I do shout at Alicia for being near the teleporter. Yeah, she was vaguely in the way. But yeah, seriously, I can only say it, but yeah, congrats again on that drop. That is insanely hard to get. It's been kind of crazy the last couple of weeks, actually. So we've had what? We've had Pinkle Card. We've had Lim Dagen's drop. We've had Limiter's drop. We've had... Trying what else? Obviously, Mint's got the PGF drop just after stream. That's crazy. Also good to hear you're not the only 30-year-old who naps. No, it happens. You hit 30 and it's over. Aaron Jesus' shower in the stream is a good look. It looks that way, yeah. I'm not against it. So I think, let's see. We could maybe do Maybe do one more quick run on PSO before we switch. Yeah, I think we've got time for one more. I don't mind the stream being a bit more PSO than Monster Hunter, so we can do one more quest in PSO and then switch over after that for a bit. The little play button light gives a smaller drop rate buff, apparently, yeah. And for anyone who didn't see it earlier, this majestic light here was sent to me free from YouTube. If it's not there next week, it's because it stopped working by then. TTF is pretty much the choice for fast. Yeah, I mean, we've held off this long on doing a TTF, so I guess we can do one to round it out. You're happy to bow out for TTF, no worries. You're wide awake at 29. Honestly, it feels like that to me. It does just feel like you get to 30 and then everything just goes wrong. Looks awesome though, love the light. It's nice. I mean, it is essentially just like, hey, advertise YouTube for us for free. But, you know, it was free. I'd love to get a Skylight lamp. I don't know if there's any way of like getting one custom made or anything. I would love to have like a Skylight section ID badge though, like a neon light behind. That'd be really cool. But I have no idea like how you get a custom light made. Like a 3D printer Skylight lamp easy. I could, but I lack a 3D printer. Yeah, advertise YouTube for us on YouTube. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we've got one more space for TTF if anyone has it in them to do a TTF. I love how the general consensus in the lobby was like, TTF, ugh. If that's your reaction to TTF, then we've done the right thing. Etsy has these section ID buttons. Yeah, I've seen things like buttons and things like that. I've just never seen a neon light. No one wants to come. Watch Sky get red ring now. Who knows? You join boot in the middle of a PS0 story quest. Oh, no worries, dude. There's no obligation to join. I don't know what you want to do for TTF, if you just want to speedrun it, or... Oh. Kill Barbie's Fair, Heart of Daisy Chain, okay. I mean, yeah, we've got one Uber airdrop, so we may as well just get them all. You wonder if hitting TTF is a blue full thing, we're all blue in the lobby now. I mean, blue is how you feel when you run too much TTF. Don't get me wrong, I love TTF for what it is. I like that it's an easy way of getting through the bosses. I like that it's a good way of leveling, but it gets so old doing it over and over again. That's why, you know, I don't mind doing it to sort of round out the PSO section of the stream. You know, if we've got just a little bit of time left, that's fine. But I certainly wouldn't sort of focus the stream on it. I think really, unless you're hunting red ring, then there's no reason to spam it over and over again. Two things you're not a fan of in PSO, TTF and Burning Rangers. You see, I can't agree on Burning Rangers. To me, Burning Rangers slaps. I like how that's the first thing you think of when you say I'm blue. I am not voicing that. First time post that would be reviewed, yeah, it caught me off guard. It was like, hey, do you want to review this post? Make sure it's not like spam. So did that come up for you then, bass player? Because I have no idea. Do it, you might get a sub. I'm not singing that song. I'm here to provide PSO and nothing else. Can't believe you had to allow a post, I know. Yeah, to be fair, that is the first time I've seen that come up. What am I even doing? Haven't seen anything yet, bass player. The glance for Millilly? No, Millilly. Yeah, I think the only reason it got flagged out, I'm guessing YouTube thought it was a spam post, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember that bass player, yeah, where Nightbot tried sort of timing you out for, was it for too many caps? Oh, it's happened again. I get the impression that the YouTube bot just doesn't like Droof. At least I know the bot's working though. Yeah, I think YouTube have got you in the sights. Yeah, no, we're not going to stand for it either, Kilniath. We're letting Droof speak. Yeah, that is a way to bring you back down to earth. So after getting an Uber like a Pinkle card, then it goes, hey, do you want to stack cutlery? Yeah, I think it's when you use ASCII, it seems to just flag it straight away. I know why, obviously. Because if you've seen some streams where people spam ASCII art, it I kind of feel sorry for Dalryley there. 3 hunters going berserk on him and then a ranger using a needle or a shot. Saw someone in the old PSO forums called Red Ring Ricardo. I know you can't unsee it. We're laughing for straight 30 minutes. Sounds like a guy who sells tacos from a stand. The spiciest of tacos ordered directly by the principal. Yeah, there was a chance that things were going to turn political, so we put a stop to that and decided that it only really belongs for you. Yeah, the meme is what I thought of when you said Ricardo. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when you say Ricardo. How funny would it be if one of those kind of bins dropped a Viridia card? Just collect all the section ID cards in one stream. Which meme is this? It's just a guy called Ricardo. You'll probably recognize it if you see the meme, because it was all over the internet a while back. It's like really old memes now. Oh, look, material. We take those here. You already have Oran cards. And I think on GameCube I've got Skyly cards. So we're almost halfway there, collectively. Oh, I got so excited there. No, that is a sad face photon drop. That's a V101 PD. I have said though that if V101 does drop, I'll just give it to Drac. Although I think Drac actually traded for one actually. V101 doesn't drop from Sinnoh's, convince me otherwise. It does seem that way. My life is a physical embodiment of Hide the Pain, Harold. Oh, you got tired of farming and lost Soul Blade. I can't say I blame you, to be honest, after how many you did. My life has got to get away from me by the Offspring. I used to listen to the Offspring loads. I think I've got the greatest hits somewhere. He's desyncing like crazy here. There we go. I think I've got him. There we go. I was actually on the last Gizonde as well. I just ran out of TP. Volop version 2 is just an absolute joke. Any chance you'll do a video on button layout? Sometimes don't know which spell you should set to which button. Honestly, it doesn't matter a great deal what your button layout is. I mean, I would say probably don't use the one that I'm using here. This is kind of a cursed layout because the problem with the layout I'm using on my Healing World is that I've got Restore on my front palette and my special attack on my rear palette. And the problem with that is that as soon as I get a Photon Blast, I can't use special attacks. So I have to kind of re-customize it when I get a Photon Blast. The reason it's like that is just because it was how I played it on GameCube years and years ago, and I just got the muscle memory to play like that. But on later characters, I have changed it, so I'm probably going to change it to something actually usable. Generally though, I would just say, if you're playing a Force, have the text that you use most often on your main palette, so on the one here. And then I would just say anything else you can put on your bottom. Video, how to hit your Photon Blast at the most inconvenient time. You wonder why Volop version 2 isn't attached to the ceiling like V1? Yeah, it's something I never even really thought about. I don't really know what Volop version 2 is meant to look like because it's kind of weird. So Volop's like the normal hard and very hard one, you can tell it's definitely the machine. It's obviously the AI system. But version 2, I don't know, it just looks weird. I guess it's kind of meant to look like a weird mix of sort of biological and machine, so maybe it's meant to, you know, show the influence of the D-cell, maybe, I don't know. We're good, we do have a cure phrase, we've remembered. It will probably make no difference whatsoever. We're in desperate need of a cure phrase. Honestly, dude, I'd maybe just trade for one on the Ephinea Discord. It's such a useful unit for certain fights, particularly for this fight. A lot of the other Q units are like relatively useful, but Q freeze is really good. I always find that phase of fault's just a complete joke. It just dies pretty much instantly, regardless of what your party composition is. Never really feels that much of a threat either. And then you get to this phase. Please don't do Rabata. God, I hate that combination so much. Yeah, so Cure Freeze helps, but the problem isn't the freeze necessarily, it's the mines in general. Not too bad though, all things said. Following up on your weird things about PSU, PSU is the only one with 6-person parties. Yeah, it is actually, yeah. Just couldn't resist doing the extra disrespect slap. Should take another swing at PSU. Yeah, I mean, Clementine is there if you want to play it online. It is quite different to the Sega servers, but ultimately it is the only choice you've got for PSU, unfortunately. Faults, can we just sort of chill with the slaps a bit, please? Not too bad. When we're all sat around chilling in PSU, Waterfall and Beach the other day, hit nostalgia hard. Oh, same. Guess no red ring then. I mean, it's probably asking a bit much to round out the stream, or the PSO section of the stream with a red ring. But you know, I mean, if we can find a Pinkle card drop, then anything is possible. Yeah, Deployable's PSU stream was wild. Absolutely wild, and not just for his character as well. The amazing Harry Potter. But it was also just wild because at the end of the stream we just got a random guy show up, like a football hooligan, and just trying to start a fight. It was really, really odd. Beefcake. That is an amazing character, to be fair. I love Harry Potter. It's such a good character. Maybe it was Drew Fun and Alt. We'll never know. Well, PD didn't look material. I mean, we got a spread needle earlier as well, so yeah, not a bad haul really. You were getting reinforcements. I got escaped all. Yeah, that makes the pain of getting killed by Fault a little bit more bearable. We couldn't hold the line. We scared them off. They ran away. You're not from the UK, so you didn't know the slang. Yeah, it's... You could tell it was someone from the UK. I mean, of course it was someone from the UK slagging people off, because why wouldn't it be? I was a 4-foot robot. I can barely hold your chin balls above the water. Yeah, so I think we'll switch over to Monster Hunter World. What I will do is I'll make a lobby over there on the Steam version. I'll pop the session ID in the chat, so if anyone wants to join in, they can join for that. And we'll play a bit of Monster Hunter World to finish out the stream. So I'll back in a couple of minutes just while I go and get a drink as well. And see you guys in a couple of minutes for some Monster Hunter. If you've been around for the PSO section, thanks for staying with us. And thanks for all the support on the channel as well. But yeah, I'll back in a couple of minutes and we'll get hunting some monsters. Hi guys, welcome back. So I've just popped the session ID in the chat, so if anyone wants to jump in, they can. So we're just on the Steam version of World. Yeah, so we'll just give it a minute or two just for people to jump in. Enter being chat on Monster Hunter World messages you up all the time. He's so used to spacebar due to PSO. Yeah, it throws me off as well, to be fair. Yeah, and see if people are talking about PSU in the chat. If you are interested in PSU, I know Deployable has been playing it a bit recently as well. So generally, you know, he'll be on a little bit, I'll be on a little bit. I'm trying to play it a little bit more. You glad we can fight something different now? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did do 2 weeks of Safi and nothing but Safi, really. Am I cool with Alatreon? I'm cool with trying either of those. I mean, I personally prefer Alatreon as a fight. It is very hard, I will warn you. So if you haven't done Alatreon before, it is a very, very hard fight. I am up for trying it if you want to. Someone salted we're down to 992. Did we actually get past 992? I can't remember now. I haven't been keeping an eye on it, to be honest. Yeah, you're always going to get the odd unsub now and again, so I really don't mind. Oh, Vector's disappeared. I'll just give it a minute for Vector to jump back in. I thought we were at 992, but we could be wrong. I could be wrong. You can join in a minute or 10 time. Oh, no worries. We did get a 993, Arkle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're always going to get the odd unsub. Going to watch a film with the wife. We're checking if you're still going or if the film sucks. Yeah, no worries, dude. Enjoy the film. You're in the lobby. It was weird. It said you left the online session here, so I think it might have kicked you from the online, so you might just want to put in the session ID again. Yeah, you're not showing up here. It is like this Monster Hunter World sometimes where you will just get it now and again where the game will just kick you. It's never had the most stable servers, to be fair. And he's back. Yeah, so let's think, what can we do? I mean, I am cool to try Alatreon if you want to. Just don't expect success necessarily. So, if you're on the tutorial one, Draken, is it Blazing Black Twilight that you're up to? There's just two versions of Alatreon. There's like what I would only term as like a baby mode Alatrain, which is super easy. Which was basically added because people complained that it was too hard. Right, let's see what quest this says. Alright, Blazing Black Twilight, let's go. So basically, you want to be on ice weapons. So I will go with, I'm pretty sure I have a set for this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, full ice attack. Full blight resist. Yeah, that is the one I want. You got no ice weapon. As long as you've got an elemental weapon, we can try it. Ice or fire, it depends on what mode he's in. So for this quest, he starts as fire. So I have got my health booster, and do I have... Yeah, I've got the jerky there as well, so we will see. I am not ready for this again. It'll be a fun experience at least. I have done Alatrain before, but yeah, it's a bit rough. Did that Palico have a Puke mask? I'm trying to see. I can't move the camera now because I've accepted the quest. There is, I think in this lobby, I think they do, some of them do wear like Puke masks. Right, this will be fun. I will leave this run just because I don't think Draken has done this before. Yeah, for anyone who's not as familiar with Iceborne, this guy's one of the hardest monsters in the entire game. And will probably just annihilate us. Yeah, it's kind of weird with Monster Hunter World, the volume, it's all over the place. It's really hard to actually stream it because the volume just differs so much. For reference, this was on exactly the same volume as last week for Safi. Yeah, general gist with this guy is he basically uses every single element. And has no chill whatsoever. Oh. That would die. All right, let's go.
If that power isn't contained, it could be the end of us all.
We think elemental weapons should be able to shut down Alatraion's powers.
He does so much damage as well. Like, this guy hurts beyond belief.
Hunters, you got that?
There we go. Drax already died once.
elements are effective.
So basically in this phase we just want to do as much damage as we possibly can to like elemental damage to him, because we want to get an elemental topple on him. Oh, that explosion hits so high. I thought I might be able to vault over that, but no such luck. He looks very regal. He's kind of got a bit of an attitude problem, this guy, so essentially what happens in the story is after you defeat Safi, he basically just decides, well, that's my home now and I'm just stealing this. The hardest thing with Insect Glaive on this guy is just hitting his head with the Kinsect, because he just doesn't really stay still. Oh my god, he hurts so much, man. I mean, like I said, I have beaten this guy before, but he is not an easy fight by any means. And the sad thing is, he is easy in comparison to the next one. Oh, I need to get away from him, big time. So now what we want to do is you want to get on his head and break one of his horns. We need to do it in this phase or we're screwed.
Hurry! Destroy the horns. This is your best chance.
Again, though, just trying to even clutch claw his head is like total pain. Oh, I'm so screwed. I have no idea how I got away with that. Yeah, it's just really awkward to hit his head, honestly, with Insect Glaive. That's like one of the few opportunities you actually get. It doesn't help as well, it wastes a lot of time as well. Well, I've got the wound on his head at least. Yeah, we're not doing enough damage to his horns here. We need to break one of the horns. Because otherwise he's going to do his nuke and then he'll switch to a bad element for us. Nice one. Okay, so now we can just do damage, but we still need the elemental topple though, so just focus on the rest of his body again now. I'd also like to stress that I'm using like absolute endgame gear here as well, and it really just does not make a difference against this guy. He will just wreck you. Yeah, we're still needing the elemental topple, unfortunately. I think he's getting very close to doing his nuke as well. Alright, yep, we're screwed.
Alatreon's readying a big attack. Get your healing items ready.
See you later. Yeah, and that's what happens if you don't elemental topple him. It's instant party wipe. Yeah, the audio, the way that this game does the audio is brilliant. There's a really cool thing on Safi's nuke as well, where when he does it, the music will actually kind of just distort and fade out to almost nothing, and all you'll hear is the sound of the little bomb that he drop in.
Buenos dias. Hola.
Yeah, it's one thing I will say about the world. The audio design in this game is amazing. Even just things like when you're out in the forest or whatever, you can, because of how good the surround sound is in the game as well, you can kind of tell where a monster is in relation to you just on the sound. You wanted to use consumables at the start. Yeah, that's the only downside with that quest when you first do it. You just get kind of dumped into the fight. Need to drop out the stream. Hope you have a great time for the rest of it. No worries, bass player. I'll moderate on your behalf. So it's up to you guys. We can either try Alatreon again if you want to, or we can try something else. I know Vector said they didn't have an ice weapon, so that probably doesn't help us for Alatreon, because I know that the threshold for reaching the nuke is super, super tight. So you want to fight Joe in the Garden Lands? I mean, I'm totally cool with going to the Garden Lands and just doing some Garden Lands if you want. So you can get fashion. I mean, that's the real end game. Sorry you have to leave during the epic fights, but medical reasons. Oh, no worries, dude. I hope everything's okay. Fighting Alatreon, let's go, I believe. It didn't go well. I have beaten him before, but yeah, it's tough at the minute, I think, because we don't have a full party with like full elemental weapons, so it's really hard to meet the DPS knockdown. So yeah, I think we can probably do Alatreon once we've got a full team that's got elemental weapons with max elemental builds. We'll probably do it fine. Maybe do you want us to do some Garden Lands for a bit then? I need to actually see what level mine is. Yeah, so I have level 7 Coral and level 7 Volcano. You'd help, but you're rusty as heck. To be fair, so am I. I haven't really played much Monster Hunter World for a while until I started streaming it again. You got Coral 7. Yeah, I think Devil Joe spawns anywhere, so yeah, I think we should be fine as long as we can get him shot. Yeah, did you want to start a Guidelands expedition then, Drac? And we can use your Guidelands and level up if you want. Or we can use mine. I'm totally fine using mine as well. As much as I'd like to do Alatreon, it's just it's tough to do it when you don't have like a perfect party for it. Yeah, we can lure a monster. I can't remember if I've got any Savage Jaws, but
Hey, you.
so I think Drac, you might have to use. I think you might have to use SOS possibly. I'm not sure. It's not showing up as able to join at the minute.
I know you've been working hard out there.
I can't remember if you have to SOS to get other players in, or if there's like an option to make it open to others. All right, let's try that. You don't need to put SOS to have people in the same lobby join. Yeah, I think is SOS more for if other lobbies want to join. Ah, there we go. It's showing up now. Yeah, so Guidelands is really, really cool. I actually really like it. It is a little bit repetitive sometimes, but I think it is a much better endgame than Rise had. Yeah, so if you want to lure any monsters out, Drac, feel free. There is a tempered silver wrath there at the minute as well. Oh, you just beat Acnesom in Rise. Have you just started Rise then, Kilniath? Don't have Joe Lures. Yeah, no, I can't lure because I'm not the party leader. But we can just hunt some stuff that's on the map, I guess. Unless you've got anything else you want to lure. I'm going to switch weapon for a bit because I want to change from Insect Glaive. Here, if you guys want a second round in Alatreon. Yeah, we can try that at some point. I'll have to see whether it's on this stream or next one. I don't know yet, but let's get there. I want to do Silver Wrath. Fair enough. Silver Wrath with minus 15 fire resist. What could possibly go wrong? So I'm going to assume he's over here because I think he normally sticks over here somewhere. Yeah, he's up here. Yeah, this will not be pretty because Silver Wrath is pretty brutal anyway. And Tempered is not much better. It's actually far worse. Problem with Silver Wrath is he just doesn't really stay on the ground very much at all. Yeah, World's hard to play while watching the stream. Yeah, no worries. To be honest, I think you said it before, but you can probably notice how much more I have to concentrate in this compared to PSO, by how much I interact with chat. I forgot how annoying Silver Wrath is. You just started Rise on PC today. Vector helped you get halfway through the hub quest this morning. Oh, nice one. I feel like Rise is almost a different game on PC just because of, I guess because of the frame rates and everything on Switch. I know for the most part the frame rates are okay on the Switch version, but particularly when you got a Flooded Forest, you'll notice a huge difference. Nice. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that actually lands. Had zero issues with the Switch version, but the Humble Bundle had Rise with all the DLC on PC and it's smooth. Yeah, for what it's worth, I did like Rise on Switch. It's just the only issue I had with it was the Flooded Forest. It was just, it used to run like absolute arse for me, to be honest. Nice. Big boy numbers. That's probably not a good thing. Somehow, I'm still alive. Yeah, doing this guy with like minus 15 fire resist is probably not the smartest idea in the world, to be fair. The reason for it is just because this set uses Frostcraft, and Frostcraft is unique to the Velkhana armor. I think there is a way you can add it as an ability to your weapon as well, but you still need at least one or two other parts of the armor as well. And Velkhana armor is like ice based, so it's really bad fire resists. This guy flies way too much. He's doing a lot of trades with him at the minute where I'll hit him with a decent hit, but I'll also take a huge hit as well. I can't feel in that situation he probably comes off better. We need to try and break his head, really, if we can. Oof. This is a hella angry Wrath, yeah. And yeah, if you plan on playing through Sunbreak, you'll become familiar with this guy as well. Yeah, I really don't know what it is, but for some reason in World lately, in the last couple of streams, whenever I'm trying to use Slinger Burst, it doesn't always come out on left trigger. But I've tried this controller on several other games, and left trigger works absolutely fine. So I have no idea what the issue is. So it came out there, okay. You love Rise's music and setting so much. Know it's been seen as easier and get some hate for it, but you find the Palamute and the Wirebug very fun. Palamute, I don't really have any problems with it. It's cool to have another mount. Honestly, unfortunately, as useful as the Palamute is for getting around, what you'll find later on is that the abilities that the Palacores have are just far more useful generally, and you'll find a lot of people will just use 2 Palacores instead. But for getting around the maps, the Palamutes are really useful. The Wirebugs, I like some of the switch skills that use, and well, the Wirebug skills that use them. But I don't like the Wirebug recovery that gets you off the ground fast. I think that's far too exploitable. There are some things in Sunbreak that will kind of punish you for doing it, for trying it too much, but generally it's just a super, super easy way of... yeah, generally it's just like a super easy way of recovering from attacks, and it kind of takes a lot of the danger away for a lot of the monsters. Now, to compensate for that, they did make it so some of the monsters are just a lot faster because of that, to kind of get around it. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is the player's choice to use it. I mean, if it's there, I mean, you're going to use it, aren't you? You could do with trying to tenderize the head again, really. Try and go for it. Oh, hi. Now things get interesting. So he may just run away. Yeah, thankfully he's decided to run away. Thank God. It's good waiting for an Alatreon kill before you guys go for Fatalis. So I think Draken in the story is up to Alatreon. So that's why we were trying it. It's just that we don't really have the right party composition for it at the minute, because we, as you probably know, you need kind of a full elemental build for it. So we just thought we'd do some Guardian Lands for now. This Wrath has mastered the art of just dodging every attack I throw at it. Well, I got a true charge in. It hit the wrong part of the monster, and I got hit after doing it, but we did one. Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to help out with Alatreon for Drac, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. After the stream, I'm probably going to go back on PSO just because I want to set the team up and everything. I have no doubt that, you know, if you want to play Monster Hunter World, just join us on the Discord as well. I think you're already over there, aren't you, Remote? I'm sure I remember you saying sign up for it. But I know on the Discord, we tend to arrange games on there as well. If he ever lands, I do have some bomb pods. It'd be nice to sort of tag his head with the bombs. Even when he's mounted, he moves around too much. You lurk about and all. Yeah, no worries. I mean, you don't have to post on the Discord. Which there, if you ever want to play with anyone on PSO or a Monster Hunter, there's always people there looking for games, so... Well, we finally got a true charge slash on the right part of the monster. It only took most of the hunt to do it. Yeah, Silver has never been one of my favourite monsters. I do kind of find him a little bit annoying. I feel like they did improve his fight a lot in Rise. Well, in Sunbreak. I'm not a huge fan of the Iceborne version. Yeah, he was a bit more scary because he was a tempered one as well, so... I forgot we severed his tail as well. In the end, he let you go ham with Savage Axe. Yeah, it kind of felt like he just gave up after a while. He's like super aggro for most of the fight and then just thought, no, I'm done now. You can kill me now. Savage Axe is super funny against Alatron. I'm not familiar with Charge Blade at all. It's one of the few weapons I really struggled with. Maybe in Wilds I'll try it out again and see if I can get into it. So we do have a Rune Energy down here. I don't know if anyone wants to fight this guy. Wait, I mean he's here. Yep, looks like we're gonna fight some Runa. Cool. This guy I love Runa. I will say I think I prefer the regular Nergigante fight. Just because the dive bomb is way more scary when you first get to him. Love Charge Blade, recently fallen in love with Switch Axe. It can be aggressive as heck. I'm quite glad I dived there. Can be aggressive as heck and still maintain decent mobility. Yeah, I really like Switch Axe. On Frontier, since it's got MH dose weapons only, plus the ones they added to like Tonfers, you're going Great Sword, and that's quite fun. I've only seen videos of Frontier, and all I know is that it gets absolutely mental later on. I've never actually tried it myself, though. This looks like quite a big Nergigante, actually. Beginning in front here seems pretty tame. Me and Achento were killing things in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I suppose I can't go too ham early on. Really hope Nurg makes it into Wild. Favorite monster by far. I love Nurg. I think honestly, I mean, you know, you're probably aware that did that their favorite monster poll recently. I think Nurg came, was it second? And Runa was also in like the top 10. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't come back. Whether he's in the base roster or whether he's like an additional monster, I don't know. But I would not be surprised if he came back. Particularly as he wasn't in Rise. Yeah, I totally get it. I love this guy. I think he's such a cool monster. Really fun fight as well. I think it was third, and first was Zinogre and second was Rathalos. Actually, I thought Legicrus was up there. Could be right, I can't remember exactly now because I know it was a while since I looked at it. I know Zinogre was definitely number 1, which I get. I like Zinogre. I do genuinely like Zinogre. But honestly, I think I prefer Stygian. As a fight in particular, I personally prefer fighting Stygians and Ogre. In Iceborne, at least, anywhere. So what I'm learning is that I really don't like fighting Nurg with Greatsword. Oh, it was laggy, not Wrath. Okay. I'm not surprised about that. The amount of times that people have asked for laggy in various different Monster Hunter games. It's kind of sad that it wasn't in World, honestly, because I don't know if you've seen it, but there was like an alpha footage of like development footage of the game, and he was in that. We need laggy in the double barbecue spit. Laggy looked absolutely massive when he chomped on the engine after that footage. Yeah, I mean, it looked cool, and to me, I didn't see anything wrong with it because I'm not really familiar with the older games, so I mainly started with World, honestly. But yeah, it's just a shame they couldn't really get him working properly in World. It is encouraging though, I suppose, because if you keep an eye on Wild, the latest monster that they showed was a Leviathan. So, you know, if they've managed to make a Leviathan for Wilds, that to me suggests possibility for Legicrus. And especially if he did so well in the polls as well, I think they'd be stupid not to have him. I am so sorry to the rest of my team here because I am not doing anything good here. You don't realize how hard it is playing this game and talking to chat at the same time. Also, this Nurg seems like super strong considering he's not tempered. I know that tempered, I'm pretty sure tempered Runa can't show up in Guiding Lands. I think he's like an event quest exclusive, but I don't know, he just seems way stronger. I think that is just a Guiding Lands thing though, to be honest. Yeah, this is honestly painful with Greatsword. We got one. It hit his wing, so it didn't really do much, but we got one. Oh, Poonerg. Oh, so close. Final boss on PS0. Oh, cool. It's a crime there's no different spits in Modern Monster Hunter. So how did the double spit work then? Was it literally you could just cook 2 meat at once? I really need to go back to camp after this and get some rations or some meat. Double, you can cook 2 at once. Also add 1 more and switch around. Going for it. Oh, it's nice when it lands. Nearly 2,000 damage. And there he goes. It's not like I started yesterday. Yeah, I know you've been playing it a bit off stream, so... You put a meat down, then part way through another, and then once one's cooked, you can remove it and replace with another. So it's kind of like a conveyor belt of meat cooking. It's kind of weird in World, isn't it, really, that you barely ever use the barbecue spit in this game? Right, I am just going to go back to camp because I need to eat quite badly. Yeah, it's just strange that you never seem to use it at all. I think because a lot of the quests give you rations in the start as well. I mean, obviously this doesn't with it being the Garden Lands, but a lot of the quests do give you rations at the start, so it's rare you actually ever use them. The preparation phase is fairly lackluster in Modern Monster Hunter. I mean, in Rise it's basically non-existent, isn't it? I mean, in Rise you don't even have to really track the monster, to be fair. You literally start the quest and it tells you where the monster is. Old school, you needed paintballs and everything. Yeah, I've seen the paintballs. Even the map took an item slot. Yeah, I know the old school games are definitely a lot rougher than the new ones. I think they did make it a lot easier for people, which I, as a new player, do appreciate. But the thing is, I do like in World how you have to how you do have to track the monster at the start and you track the footprints and everything. I like that side of it. So in Rise, where you just got shown where the monster was at the start, it was like, ah. Oh. Problem is in current Monster Hunter, you get all the supplies at once, so you don't need to prep anything. I suppose as well, you know, mid-hunt, you can just go back to the camp as well, can't you, and just restock, which I'm pretty sure... I don't know if you could restock in the old ones. Oh, we've got Monkey. I'm not using Great Sword against Monkey. What do I want to use against Monkey? Honestly, I might just go Lance because I don't want to deal with this guy. Skill where you need a paintball, where you need to know the monster can be captured. Focus and Rise was more about getting to the action faster, which it certainly achieves, but old school Monster Hunter has a charm that can't be beat. Yeah, I think it's going to appeal to different people, isn't it? So I know a lot of people who love the old Monster Hunters didn't necessarily gel with World or Rise, but there's no doubt that World brought in a lot of people in as well. So I think there's advantages to both, honestly. Right, where's Monkey? Love all Monster Hunter games equally. I'm not liking that he's right here. Hi, Rajang. Right, let's get the jazz music going. Yeah, for some reason my health is bugged at the minute. I'm using full part of the Fatalis armor, so I should have 200 health, but for some reason I have 150. And I've eaten. I think this is a bug that happens sometimes in Guiding Lands. No going back to the camp in the old games as far as you were. I mean, that in itself makes the hunt a lot harder, doesn't it? Because I think going back to restock does trivialise the hunts to an extent. I mean, I appreciate some arms if I'm in a really, really hard hunt and I need to restock. It's nice to have that option, but I get why people don't like it as well. I don't really like where he is there, like literally right on the edge of a ledge. I mean, the advantage is we can mount him quite easy like that, but ledges are like the worst thing in Monster Hunter. They screw you over so often. Make gathering more impactful. Halfway through hunting no potions. Time to get some herbs and blue mushrooms. Yeah, I kind of like that side, honestly. Makes it feel a bit more real as well. You know, you run out, so you think, right, I need to use the environment to sort of help me out and craft some things to get me through the rest of the hunt, rather than just going back to camp and being like, well, Just go and get some more then. Seems a little bit framey for some reason, Monster Hunter at the minute. Rajang just pinning everyone down here. We've got Tigrex here as well. Tigrex, Tigrex, whatever you want to call him. You could say he's a raging Rajang. Only Brachydios is allowed to be raging. Seems like you're one-shotted. I was not quite ready for the boss then yet. I think we broke both of his horns. Cool. I don't know if we managed to break the tail yet. I don't think we have. Could be wrong. You completely forgot the mechanics. Monkey is far too angry. Yeah, I get some like really odd stutter now and again in Monster Hunter for some reason. It's nothing too bad. I'm just aware it's happening. Not dropping any frames or anything though, which is good. So to be fair, though, I am running this at like max settings, so probably not the ideal for streaming. It's stuttering in fear of the monsters. Kind of annoying Rajang as well, because particularly if you're using heavy weapons like a lot of us are using here, because he's so small, you just end up tripping each other up all the time, so you kind of need to use flinch free. It is kind of funny in Rise, to be honest, like how much they nerfed Rajang. But he is an absolute joke in Rise. He's got me with a pin again. Same problem with playing Lance against him. It's quite hard to avoid the pin. He does have a bomb on his face, so if we can hit the hit his face a bit, that probably help us. Oh, there we go. Managed to do it. He's pretty annoying when his arms are powered up like this as well, because you just bounce off him regardless of his sharpness, really. A bomb on his face, interesting choice of fashion. He's almost done, I think. Looks like he's limping. Yeah, maybe we'll play Rise on stream at some point. I mean, as I say, it's not my favourite game, but you know, people seem to be quite keen for some of the Monster Hunter stuff, so maybe we'll play it one stream. It's one of those games where I don't mind playing it in multiplayer with people, but solo it's just a bit... Honestly, I find it a bit dull, endgame Rise in multiplayer. Sorry, endgame Rise in single player. Because all you do is just grind anomaly quests. Well, at least if you're with other people, you can just, you know, chill out, hunt whatever you want. Yeah, Rajang was not having that trap at all. See you later, Rajang. It looks so peaceful now we've put him down. The only time Rajang is ever chill. Oh god, there's another silver Athelos on the map. I don't know if I want to do a second one. Yeah, he looks so peaceful now that he's dead. Didn't have his Kieran horn on the morning. Yeah, that was his problem, you see. If he'd have had that, would have been screwed. So T-Rex left and replaced with a regular Rathalos. So we've now got a choice of tempered silver Rathalos or tempered Rathalos. I mean, yeah, I'll do either. I mean, we've already done silver once, so if you want to do regular Wrath, that's fine. Just thinking, do I want to use Lance on Rathalos? I shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. I realise that Lance probably isn't the most exciting weapon to watch. I have no idea where this is taking me. I can't notice that everyone else is going a different way. I have no idea why these bugs are taking me this way. I think I've actually took me to the right place. That makes a change. So I think he's just up here. Yeah, the amount of times that you follow the bugs and they just take you to the wrong monster. Taking the scenic route exactly. And what a scenic route it is. And of course, as soon as I get here, he moves. He just pieced out entirely. He wanted nothing to do with that. He's like, I've seen what you've just done to that Rajang. I am not hanging around. Unfortunately, it wasn't very bright and he didn't move very far. I suppose, you know, seeing it as a Monster Hunter stream, we should probably fight Rathalos at some point. It's like an unwritten rule. You have to fight the original, you know, the original flagship, I guess. That mount was incredibly quick. He's calling the RSPC here. That was a really nice dunk, so we dunked him directly into a vine trap. I don't know if it's actually better or worse for us, honestly. I think it would have been better for him to drop next to the vine trap and then get him to walk into it. But still some free damage. Yeah, kind of feel a bit sorry for this guy, honestly. You've already broken his head. To be fair though, after fighting Tempered Silverath and Tempered Rajang, I think we kind of need a break. I don't actually know if the Rajang was tempered, actually. It might have been a regular one. Didn't even notice. I feel like Rathalos is a monster that they did a lot better in Rise as well. Actually, I don't mind Rathalos in Rise. He actually has some new attacks and he's actually vaguely interesting. I think in World he doesn't really have a whole lot to offer. I mean, this is just abuse at this point now. But Gentleman keeps stealing the mounts. Just discovered I can back up and transfer my DS saves between 3DS and PC. Oh, cool. Is that just a thing in the emulator, I'm guessing? Because I know you can do it for PSP as well. Because for anyone who's been watching the PSP 2 playthrough, that save file I'm using is my actual PSP save. Also, thanks Kilniath for letting me know about the text thing in PSP2 as well. It looks way better now. PSP saves are easy, but you need a hack 3DS. You can back up DS and 3DS saves as a SAV file and transfer it. Just didn't know it worked for original DS games too. Yeah, I've got a 3DS, but it's not a hacked one. Yeah, I mentioned this in a community post, but the PSP2 series has been a bit of a weird one so far. So compared to the other stuff I uploaded, it's getting a lot less views, and I mean a lot less. But I think it is just because it's a super niche game. You know, Phantasy Star is already quite a niche franchise. PSP2 is a niche game in that niche franchise. But I think I will continue the series because it is like as a thank you to the members. But after that, if views don't pick up on PSP2 stuff, I may stop doing PSP2 content just because you have to sort of weigh it up as like the amount of effort that you put into it and the amount of you get back from it. And the amount of time it takes to, you know, record, edit, do all that to a video. When it doesn't really get views, it's like, is there any point in this really? Whereas I know I could put like a PSO video up and it would do much better. Again, I think it's just because PSO is a much more well-known game than PSP2. But I will commit to finishing the PSP2 playthrough though. Partly because I enjoy playing the game anyway. You go through PSP2i, since you can't be asked doing it yourself. Yeah, there is just too many games. I'm also trying to play a bit of Final Fantasy 14 as well, because the playable sort of convinced me to try that again. I've literally had no time to play it. I think FF14 though, I don't think that's a game I would necessarily stream. Not yet, at least, anywhere. If anything, it's more a game that if I do play it with people who are watching, I'd probably just play it off stream for now. But it's just having the time to do it. Or someone who actually landed the TCS wake up. That's how you know that someone can actually play Great Sword, if they can do the TCS wake up properly. I can't, I whiff it all the time. Yeah, I kind of feel a bit sorry for that Rathalos, honestly. He's kind of got bullied. That's what brought me to your channel. All caught up waiting for the Final Fantasy 14 expansion. Decided to play some PSO until it comes out later this month. Yeah, I've mentioned it on a few streams, but there seems to be this weird thing where, like, PSO players... There seems to be a few other games that PSO players seem to gravitate to, and that seems to be mainly Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy 14. To be fair, Mars, I've only just started with FF14 again recently because the only experience I had of FF14 before this was I played 1.0. And it put me off the game for almost for life. Oh, Diablo as well. So for Diablo, the only ones I put any time to, I played an absolute ton of Diablo 2, like the original Diablo 2 and the expansion to that. After that, I played a little bit of Diablo 3, didn't really get into it, and just never bothered going back to it. But I love Diablo 2. Never tried the, was it Diablo 2 Resurrected or Remastered or whatever it was called. Never tried that, but I played the original one a lot. Oh, I love this about Monster Hunter, man. Sometimes you'll see things like this where Velkhana will just free some enemies. So cool. Just makes the world feel more alive. Velkhana did indeed choose violence. 1.0 was really harsh. 2 and 3 for sure. 4 has gotten better. Yeah, I heard very mixed things about 4 when it released. I never really checked it out myself, but I heard very mixed things about it. Yeah, I know there's a couple of people who have started to try to play FF11 again as well. Again, I played that very, very briefly. And I just could not get into that game. Rocky start, but it's improved. Oh, good to hear. But yeah, the original Diablo 2, apart from PSO, I spent so much time in that game. Yeah, the second time, you need escape dolls into death on the boss in single player boots you out of the fight. NPCs can die, but you can't. Oof. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably maybe do this Velkhana and then we'll probably end after that. Oh, you gotta go. Oh, no worries, dude. No, thanks for joining. Yeah, see you, dude. I love how Velkhana is just chill and just doesn't care that you're there. I love this about some of the monsters as well, that they just don't care about you being here until you attack them violently. Loot cycle is similar. Chase for better and better drops had you hooked to PSO and Diablo 2. I think that's why I like Diablo 2 so much, honestly, just because it did have those aspects of feeling a bit similar to PSO. Still making the team though. Yeah, so what I'll do is after I've finished the stream, I'll jump back on PSO and then I'll make the team on there. So if you want to join the team on PSO once the stream ends, just pop over to PSO normal lobby and I'll try and set that up. I will say Velkhana is an interesting one, so considering it was like the flagship of Iceborne, I never thought it was a very difficult fight at all. But then in Rise, when they added Velkhana in Rise, it just felt like they beefed it up ridiculously. Of course, as I say that, it kills me. Could not have timed that any better. It's a tempered one. That's what I'm saying. What's my ice resist like anyway? -2, that probably doesn't help either. So lesson learned there, don't call the monsters weak because they'll just immediately cart you for it. Default can be pretty fun, but practically needing to be able to apply a vulnerable that can dilute the build variety. That's a shame that, because one of the things I liked about Diablo 2 is that it kind of felt like you could run most builds. I used to mainly play a Cursed Necromancer in Diablo 2. What's a good level range to be at to take out normal Derol? Getting rocked at level 9, but I think it's bad movement on your part. Is there anything in particular that you're having problems with? Any attacks in particular that are giving you trouble? This Volcano does not have much chill. Well, actually has a lot of chill, if you know what I mean, but... yeah, we'll just stick out the way here. Tentacles are one-shotting you, and going as a 4 on you, I'm just trying to apply as much fire damage as possible. So, if you have Rafoi, use that. You probably won't have it at that level though, I wouldn't have thought. So I would imagine you're probably stuck to using more simple techs, I'm guessing, at level 9. So just focus on just fire damage in general. For the tentacles, what can sometimes be worth doing is when he jumps on the raft, just do a couple of hits. What he will tend to do is, if you look at where the tentacles come from on him, he'll tend to sort of like move them slightly before he'll actually stab with one of them. So if you can keep an eye out for that little tail, it gives you a bit of a better idea when he's going to actually stab with it. Ultimately, really, it's just getting the timings down for when he does the tentacles. Once you know when he's going to do them, it becomes a lot easier. And if all else fails, just level up a little bit more. 9 is, I would say 9 is probably about right for some classes. It might be a bit more difficult with the Force at low level, so you know, don't be ashamed if you have to level up a little bit to beat him. It's 9 seconds after the initial jump on the platform, then 6 seconds for each follow-up. I love that people have actually got videos on what the timing is for that. That's like such a niche video, but it's first class playing on Ephinea. It's been years and years. Yeah, it's one of those things like once you get used to the timing, it will be a lot easier for you. That's one of the only attacks you have to worry about really early on. Maybe the attack where he goes across the top of the raft and does the rocks on it, but if you just run to one of the corners on that. Did Volcano really just run away? Volcano's just like, nah, I've done what I need to do here, I'm off. Yeah, Draken has now chose violence. Crazy how much info is out now versus when you played a Dreamcast. And then you've got people like me still putting the information on YouTube in case anyone randomly just stumbles on it. So yeah, I think since Volcano decided to just bail on us for some reason. Thanks for that, by the way, Volcano. I think we'll probably end there for today. So what I'll do is I'll end the stream there. There'll be another stream next Sunday as usual. We might, maybe next week we might just do a PSO. We'll see how I feel. Also does depend on subs as well. So once we get to 1,000 subs, I will be arranging some kind of collab stream with Deployable, but that won't be straight away. We'll have to plan it a bit. So I would say probably within the next few weeks, hopefully. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider liking, subscribing, joining as a member. Particularly subscribing at the minute because as you can probably see, we are very, very close to 1,000 subs. So I really appreciate all the support. You can also join us on the Discord, which I think Nightbot does post the link now and again as well. But I will try and pop a link in there as well for you. I'm just letting this happen now. But yeah, we'll end the stream there. And what I'll do is, if anyone is interested in joining the team on PSO, just come to Ephinea to Limerace Block 2 Lobby 13 and I'll set the team up and start inviting people. There will be a limit on how many I can invite initially because you have to unlock it with team points to expand it more. So we'll kind of become first come first serve more or less. I will probably go on sort of who's been around on streams the most, who's been in chat more often and things like that, just to make it fair. But yeah, feel free to join me over there if you're interested. But for the meantime, I'll end that there and hope to see you guys next week. See you guys.